So go back to settings, select feed, so feed button, and then menu 3, I'll need the feed button, then menu 4, I'll need the feed button. Go ahead and get that over here, so that way they all say feed. None of these should say active. So we'll go to profile, make sure it's the inactive one, profile, and menu 3, don't need that, but menu 4, profile, and we'll select this up on a tap event. Next we'll have settings, make sure it's the inactive state. Settings on menu 3. Okay, let's get that tied into settings. Tap event, settings, and go ahead and get the stations. Stations, and stations. Let's make sure that is on a tap event. Going back to stations. Now we should be able to test this out. Okay. Stations. There's no going back and forth here. Let's make sure that these back buttons work here. So we'll have this one go to the feed. We'll have this one. Let's go back to the profile. Make sure this is open. Send that to the profile. And this feed right here, we just go over to the feed. We'll go back. And so if I click feed there, nothing wants to happen because I don't have feed on that. So it looks like we're going to need all of these actually. So we'll drop all these down again, just to keep everything manageable. Okay. So we need the My Stations. We'll need this on everything. And we'll just bring the opacity down to 0. Down to 0. And down to 0. I'll need the feed as well. So we'll need that down to 0. And this down to 0. Setting that up over here. Bring that opacity down to 0. And let's see. We'll need the settings screen itself. So we'll need that group. Let's make sure this is all the way at 0. We have it over here. Bring that down to 0. And over here, settings, bring that down to 0. And then we'll need the profile group. Bring that opacity down to 0. Let's make sure it's over here on the feed. And over here. Okay, now we should be able to select any of these. I'll go ahead and just have this go back to the feed menu screen. And even for settings, have that go back to settings menu. And we'll click this here over on the settings. Over on the settings, get this header, back icon, back over here. We'll make sure that the profile group, this header, is set as well, which it is. And this over here is set as well. So we'll need the feed group. Go back to the header, back icon. Got that. Need the stations. Okay, and this is good. And it's got a tab event there. Perfect. Settings. And if you can tell, there's a little space here that's missing. So I'll go ahead and just select this menu group. And I'll get it pasted over here. So for the feed, we'll need this one. And we'll start here. Menu group. We'll put that over at the create station. Menu group. Just have it be placed there. Like that. And feed. Put that over here on the feed. Just behind everything. So it exists. And we'll grab the profile. Paste that here. Paste it down below. And then for the settings, grab that. Get that pasted below. Okay. Nice. Okay. Stations. Feed. Profile. Settings. Go back to stations. Open this up. Expand. Move it down. So what we can also do is we can add in a plus here, that animation. So I'll go ahead and probably have to go back to Sketch just to add that in. All right, so we'll come here, we'll copy this, and I'll change the border color here, got it off screen, to that orange, and we'll add in a fill as well, the same color. We'll just change this to the active state. And we'll copy it. Let's actually export it, it'll be a little bit easier. At 2x. Export that here, just to the desktop. We'll go back over into Principled. I want to just drag that in. Like so. And we'll get it positioned up. All right. So now I can go ahead and duplicate this player. Let's get this right here. Get this into position all the way up top. Over here. I just have that scaled down a little bit. 0.5. Okay. So now if we all right, let's see, we'll copy that. And let's have this opacity all the way down at 0. We'll go over here to this like button and put a tap event. over here to this screen. Let's see what happens. All right, let's go ahead and slow that down quite a bit. So the like button here, go ahead and give that a longer duration, 0.6. Maybe we'll go ahead and hold off on that for 3 seconds. 0.3. Get that selected. Send that up. Okay. So that brings the opacity all the way up. Make it a little bit snappier, so 0.2. Bring that over here. Okay. These ovals here, can just increase that to 100%. We'll wait on their opacity. And change this down as well. Okay, cool. All right, so I'll get this a little bit smaller. And we also want to make sure that this stays orange down here. So we'll copy that. Paste that in, bring its opacity all the way up. Okay, and over this like behind it, we'll bring that opacity all the way down. So that way it's like this, and hold its state. Okay, and go ahead and test this all out. Starting from the beginning here. Go ahead and log in. Check out the now playing. Expanded info. Let's go ahead and like the song. And check out the feed, the profile, and the settings screen. We'll go back to stations and check out browse. Create station. Awesome. Well, cool. I really appreciate you guys watching this tutorial, and I look forward to making more in the future.